Hey folks, Jiminy Critic here with I just got to say I've done almost 200 of these reviews for you now, and this movie I'm going to talk about today is certainly not my favorite movie. It's probably not the best movie of the year or the best movie of the decade at all, but I've got to say it is one of the most unique and differently made movies of recent years that I've seen. Now let me explain. We're talking about a movie called Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Now I've come to find out I am not much into comic books or graphic novels and things like that. I mean, I've read some of the classics, but I don't collect them, and at my age I don't read a lot of that anymore. But I found out that this story is done in that kind of a format before it was ever made into a movie, and I can see how this movie kind of copies some of that format. Let me explain. The movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World, a funny title, is starring Michael Cera, and you probably know him from the 4 or 5 movies that he's done in the last couple of years. Kind of the bushy-headed, curly-headed, brown-haired, the real thin guy. And, you know, usually in his movies he kind of talks with that high voice that sounds nervous and squeaky, and he's not sure of himself, and he always plays that kind of character. Well, once again, he plays that character, Scott Pilgrim, in this particular movie. And he's about 22 years old, been out of high school a few years, obviously. He's not doing much with his life, at least according to him and his family and friends. He's just kind of being a 22-year-old, American kid anymore like they are today, bumming around, making a couple bucks here and there, but not doing anything important with his life. Well, he has a 17-year-old girlfriend in the high school nearby, and his friends kind of rag on him for that too and tease him about that. Why are you with such a young girl, and can't you do any better? And he's had other girlfriends, but he always keeps getting dumped. He's just that kind of guy that has a rough life and doesn't do too well with the ladies. Well, one day, here's where the movie kind of takes off. He kind of meets up with this girl, and he really likes her, and she's unique and different from anyone else he's met. He's kind of her age, or at least he thinks so, and he wants to get to know her. And of course, the first time he meets up with her, he does all the bumbling, fumbling stuff that you're not supposed to do when you talk to girls for the first time, and he's all nervous, and she's just cool and calm and collect. Anyway, she kind of finds him intriguing enough that they're going to even try to go out at some point. He's thrilled, he's excited, he's ready to dump his 17-year-old girlfriend, and the next thing he finds out is he is locked into a battle with another guy, and he says, "What's this all about?" "Oh yeah, I forgot to mention to you. If we're going to get together and be dating seriously, you're going to have to fight my 7 exes, she says. What? The what? 7 exes? This is where this movie goes. It's kind of comic book, gamer type story here, where he has got to literally, physically do battle, physical battle with 7 ex-boyfriends, and they're called the League of Evil Boyfriends or something of that nature. So the rest of the movie, Scott Pilgrim is so much wanting to get to go know this girl and get to be with her that he's willing, in his skinny little frame and whatever it takes, to meet up with these guys and fight them off and see. And of course he has to fight each one to the end, because you can't just fight and have a tie and that's the end of it. He's got to defeat the 7 evil boyfriends, the League of Evil Boyfriends in this movie. And that's kind of what makes this movie unique. Again, it's different. It's not the same old like we've had a lot of this last summer during the movie season. And I just think for a little bit of fun and something different, I want to recommend to you that you defeat your 7 evil enemies and you get out there and you see Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Check it out. Until next time, Jiminy Critic. We'll see you later.